Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But let me first go ahead and give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. We are looking at the VIX, and as you can see, we have support here at 1609. If we should break this level, we could very well come back to this area here around the 1601, breaking that 1601, 1594, and again here at this gathering spot here. I always go to the gathering spot, y'all, at 1580. Those are going to be support places for the VIX. Now, breaking that 1580, we could very well come back and retest this area here at 1563. So those are support places for the VIX, and it looks like we're trying to break through that, but anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed, right? Now, back to the upside. If by chance we break back above the 1618 area, we could very well have issues with this. Let's say the 20 EMA around the 1623, breaking that level, we can possibly have trouble around 1635. Again here at 1641, 1644, which is not far away. And if we break that 1655, now breaking that 1655, we could possibly have trouble again here at this ATR trail and stop, which is the 1652. 1662, let me see that, yes, 1662 area. So those are going to be trouble places for the VIX. Again, I look at the VIX only because it kind of gives me an idea of what's going on with the SPY normally. Let me say it that way, right? So now we are looking at the SPY. 595.36 is where we closed. It looks as if we're trying to go back, breaking out of this area here back to the upside, but we have a lot of trouble, in my opinion, to the upside for the SPY. So if you're trading the SPY today, I would definitely watch, break above this 596.45 area. We're really close to the ATR trailing stop, which is around the 596.71 or 76 area. I would set my alert beyond that, because if we break that level, we've broken through an area, in my opinion, strong area of resistance. So where are the trouble places? Breaking past that ATR trailing stop around 596.76. We could possibly have trouble 597.10. And if we break that level, we could have trouble at 597.44, again at 597.68, 598.04, 598.29, and breaking that brings us back to 598.99. And as you can see, we have a lot of congestion area in this, beyond that 598.99 area. 599.60 could very well be a trouble place as we, let's see, bring it down here. 599.70 was the high from on yesterday. So if you're trading the SPY, those are areas that we could possibly have trouble. Again, trade carefully. Once it goes against your Y, get out. So back to the downside for the SPY, I would say we need to break under this level here of where we just gathered for a while, under the 595.57. We could very well find support here at 595.31. Now this level of 595.16, which is now where this the 50 EMA is here, I would definitely be careful under this area. Breaking under, I would say around the 594.96 area, we could very well, come back to this gathering spot here, which is around 594.37. Now if we break that 594.37, we could very well come back to 593.85, and breaking the 593.85 today can bring us back to the 592.51 area, which is not far, 200 EMA. So I would say trade carefully today. Today should be an interesting day in the market, as always, right? So we are now looking at Tesla. Tesla closed at 411.05. Looks like this is our 4 o'clock candle. We came down, moved sideways. This long candle here is going to be interesting. Is it presenting a bear flag for us? So is Tesla going to decline? That's interesting, right? So we would need to watch Tesla under 402.54. If we break that 402.54 area, we can come back and retest this 401.70, and breaking that, we can come back to 399.17. Yeah, 399 for Tesla, huh? Under 399.17, 397.16, and if we should break that level, 394.05. If we break that 394.05 area, we could very well come back to 390. Let's see, 394, 397. 38 was it? Let me rephrase Tesla. Okay, so Tesla back to the downside under 402.54. We can come back to 399, 397.23, 394.18, 392.73. And if we break that 392.73, 392.87 area, we could very well come back to find support at 390.26. So those are going to be support places for Tesla. Now, back to the upside above this 404.80. We could very well have trouble again around 407.89, breaking that, which is a congestion area here. If we break that area, 410, could very well be a resistance area, and if we should break that, we're back at the ATR trail and stop at 412.17. That could very well be a trouble place for us. Now, if we break that, 413.80 could be the next trouble spot or area, right? So if we break that level, we could very well come back to the 417.46 or 417.54. So if you're trading Tesla today, those are places that I would watch to the upside, into the downside. And keep in mind, Tesla does what it does. It normally exceeds its ATR for the day, which is the average true range for the day. So trade carefully. We are now looking at Apple. Apple closed at 245. We have made a pre-market low of 241.57. We bounced from there. However, I always say, where are the trouble places? Going back to the upside, we need to stay above this 242.40 area. Back to the upside, we could possibly have trouble at 242.93, again at 243.25, and if we break that, we can come back to 243.78, which is not far from this 20 EMA here. And if we break that level, 244.10 could very well be a trouble place, and if we break the 244.10, 244.54 could be a trouble place for us. Breaking that level, 244.92 could very well be a resistance area for Apple. Now, to the downside, if by chance we come back under 241.94 area, we can find support here, 241.62 or 241.650. We could have trouble there, and if we break the 241.57, we can come back to the 240.21, which is a decline, 240.21, and breaking that level, 239.77. So if you're trading Apple today, I would say definitely trade carefully. Anything is possible. So we're now looking at AMD. We closed at 129.55, and as of now, pre-market 130.99 is the high. It's trading in a zone. As you can see here, we've been trading in this area 1.6. This is the zone that we traded in. So resistance was around 130.64. Support is around the 129.72. So back to the upside, if by chance we break back above this 130.64, we can have trouble for AMD around 131.15, and if we should break that area, 131.84, 132.08 could very well be a resistance area, and if we break that, 132.58, 132.95, those could be resistance areas for AMD. Now back to the downside, under 129.71, we could very well have trouble around 129.24. Breaking the 129.24, we could have trouble at 128.80, breaking the 128.80, which is that ATR trail and stop, in my opinion. Strong support. We could very well come back to this area here of 128.01, breaking the 128.01 for AMD. 127.37 could very well be a support place. Now, if we break that, we can come back to 126.63, which is not far from 126.23, which is this 200 EMA, again on this 30-minute chart. Again, I look at support and resistance on a much smaller scale because it helps me when I'm in the trade to know where my trouble places are. So if you trade AMD today, I would definitely watch those places. Netflix is interesting. It seems as if, and I like to mark those areas immediately, it's like my eye goes to the gathering spot. Price has been gathering in this area here for a while, so I would definitely watch this area. I'm not sure what I've done to my, I would definitely watch this area here because Netflix, I'm going to say AMD, Netflix is trading in this zone. As of right now, we closed at 881.79. However, prices just gathered here. So I would watch above 883.31 as a resistance area, and our support is here at 879.71. So if you're trading Netflix, this is the zone that it's trading in as of right now, breaking past this level of 883.27. We could very well have trouble here at 885.05, which is around the ATR trail and stop. So I would say trade carefully with Netflix. It too moves interesting. Let's say that right now. So under 879.71, we could very well come back to this level of 875.80. Breaking the 875.80 can bring us back to the 871.69. So if you trade Netflix today, again, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Let's see where we are with NVDA today. NVDA closed at 149.43. We've made a pre-market high of 153.66, which is interesting, right? So 153.66. Right now, our trouble places back to the downside. We could very well find support around 152.20, and if we break that level, we can come back to this area, and I just go to where the price is gathered here. We can find support here at 150.124, which or 151.01, which is not far from this 220 EMA right here. So I use the moving averages sometimes as a support area for us, but immediately it's like my eye goes to the gathering spot here, or the consolidation area, whichever word you choose to use, right? So under this level for NVIDIA 151.01, if we should break that, we could very well come back and find support here at 150.30. Breaking the 150.30, we can come back to almost where this ATR trailing stop is in the 50 EMA, 149.67. I have the 149.42 mark. So if we should break those levels, we could very well come back to the 148.69. And if we break that, 148.10 could very well be a support place for NVIDIA. And if we break that, 147.35. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are places to the upside and to the downside that I would definitely watch as a support or resistance area. Now, I like to look at coin sometimes, just to see where we are. One of those Bitcoin is back was at 101, which is interesting. Y'all, the market does what it does, right? So let's see. As of right now, it seems like the support area is around the 283.10. Resistance is around 285.31. So breaking the 285.31 for Coinbase or coin, we could very well have trouble again around 286.98. And I'm just going to where the body of these candles are here, 286. If we should break that level, we could very well have trouble again. 289.73 could possibly be a trouble place for us. Breaking that level, we can have trouble around 292.07, around that area. Breaking that 292.07, we could have trouble around 295.15. Now, if by chance we break under the 282.97, we could very well have trouble 281.01 or 281.01. Breaking that level, 279.82 could be a support place, and if we should break that, 277.88. So if you trade Coinbase or coin, those are places to the upside and to the downside that I would definitely watch for support or trouble places, right? So y'all, when I look at the market, this is what I see. There's so many different ways to trade the market. Let me say it that way. So many different ways to trade. What's interesting is trying to come up with a way that works best for you, and having the discipline to execute your plan. That's what's important with trading. Finding your support, finding your resistance, and trading what you see. Let's say that, right? So again, I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We learn and we grow together. So until next time, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.